So I was today years old when I found out that Cathy Engelbert is actually like a 10 point per game scorer at the NCAA Division 1 level, which is kind of mad. Maybe, her hoop dreams weren't fulfilled and she did well in business and, was trying to be the face of basketball that she maybe wasn't at Lehigh. But I saw this thread right here about Cathy Engelbert, and I'm just going to go through it here. It's a thread from Michael Vopel. Somebody shared it. Was it Robin? No, Vanshay. Vanshay is the one who shared it. Fee blew it up to pump her own league. I mean, there's a chance. There is, and not only there's a chance, there's a good chance. There is a good chance that Fee blew it up because of Unrivaled. Like, I think, I stand by this. There is a conflict of interest because it's always going to be in the back of your head. Because you have to ask, if Fee, let's say the WNBA offered players $5 million each. They offer players $5 million each. Or the max salary went up to $5 million. But the caveat was that they couldn't play in Unrivaled. I don't know if Fee and Stewie would say yes. But I think that that would be a complete misrepresentation of the entire player base of the league. So that would be my question. That's always going to be a question if this goes in the lockout, because the two people the lockout benefits the most are Fee and Stewie. But it says here, obviously, players are first out of CBA negotiations. Whatever slim chance the process had of being conciliatory seems gone. Still, both sides have much more to lose than gain by potential work stoppage. That's in terms of players in general. However, of the players at the negotiation table, outside really, like a lot of them are in AU, they're going to be making more money because even like an Elizabeth Williams who's playing overseas, I think, and you've got any sort of another league they put in, the WNBA stopping pretty much doesn't harm the players that are negotiating. The players that get harmed most by the WNBA stopping are the players, the rookies coming in. Like, they're the players that it harms the most because there's not all these alternate leagues playing. Her predecessors were all different, their strengths, personalities. Engelbert was hired as a financial expert based on 30-year career at Deloitte, where she rose to become CEO. When she took over in 2019, stagnation gripped the WNBA. Earlier that year, a flagship original franchise, Nationwide City, New York Liberty, had been sold for pittance after being on a selling block for more than a year. The seller and original owner Jim Dolan hardly made the product appealing, describing the Liberty as just something he didn't profit from. A high-ranking NBA exec told me at the time that he thought WNBA's bigger platform was that franchises didn't grow in value. Or say, biggest problem was the franchise didn't grow in value. In her first press conference 2019 All-Star Game, Engelbert laid out a plan to rejuvenate the league, new sponsors, pursue expansion, and improve player experience. In 2020, I'm guessing, new CBA was negotiated before the pandemic. Engelbert was a driving force in assisting WNBA players needed to have a 2020 season in the bubble because she thought it would greatly harm the league to go dark for a year. The bubble season was a success in many ways, and she received praise then. During her tenure, WNBA has gotten charter flights because of Caitlin Clark. The Commissioner's Cup competition, fair enough, where they get, $50,000 each. The first franchise expansion in 17 years. Multiple change maker sponsorships, new television streaming deals, and a move to 7, which the NBA got. Moved to 7-game finals, which does not happen. By the way, the 7-game finals, I don't even care about the finals. The first round should have been best of 5. Like, they should have just, instead of making the finals best of 7 games, they should have made the first round best of 5. And again, the only reason there was a playoff change was because the finals did so well last year. Nothing to do with Cathy. And people were pissed that they didn't even get to see Caitlin Cambridge. Many point the Caitlin Clark effect. There's no doubt no player women's basketball has brought in more viewers and publicity. Clark is one of one. Many of WNBA and Engelbert's initiatives were started with progress made before she entered college at Iowa, but she came along as the number 1 pick in 2024, which put Miracle Grow on everything. The Superstars effect elevated Pro League too. Clark's is big. Were Engelbert and the league initially prepared to deal with and capitalize on the Clark effect? No, but to be fair, Engelbert was also trying to keep peace with those in the league who resented and felt that there was too much emphasis on Clark. That's not her job. That's not her job. Like, let's be real. David Stern, let's not forget, any players that complained anything about Michael Jordan, David Stern was very clear, we're building around Jordan. We're building around Jordan. It says here she's made mistakes over her tenure, and some of them erode a player's trust. She listens. They hate her. Like, it's not even erodes players' trust. She makes everything about herself. She wants to be the face of the league. They hate her. They hate her. And also, they literally can't get their CBA. They will never get the revenue split they want because she sold 20% of the revenue or 18% of the revenue in 2022 for way under market value, even 1 year later. They sold because they were like, oh, I need to stay alive. Probably didn't. Probably didn't need that to stay alive. Like, the league would have still survived, even if the NBA lost a little bit more money and you had to pay that, and they said they'd pay the NBA back the money. Like, the NBA would get that money back, but at least they've lost a whole chunk of equity, like. It seems she hasn't cultivated a relationship with the players. They hate her. They hate her. Even Deladon was like, she's never mentioned, like, there's only 140 players. Deladon's one of the top 15 greats of all time. She retired, and Cathy said nothing. It says here again, to maintain context, Collier is a leader, is speaking out against Engelbert, isn't just a player, she's co-founder of Women's League Unrivaled, and one of the union's vice presidents. Her remarks thus must be considered part of negotiation tactics. The story linked to Engelbert is 5 years old, reflecting on feelings during the height unprecedented challenges during the pandemic. So, like, look, I don't think Cathy Engelbert's a bad business person. I don't think Cathy Engelbert, I think she made one huge negative deal, and that was giving away 18% of their equity. And I think she was appointed to, not as like a crisis management, but like not far off crisis management. I think she was appointed in a way like to basically, you know, look, the WNBA is being destroyed. Your job is basically to steady the ship. You have to steady the ship. Like, that's pretty much what what it was. She was appointed to steady a ship. And then the league had exponential growth. And you can make the argument that Cathy Engelbert 100% deserves credit for steadying the ship prior to Caitlin Clark. But it seems like because she steadied the ship, she wants credit for the boom that Caitlin Clark brought in. And to a lesser extent, Angel Reese, Paige Bueckers, heck, even Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, AJ Wilson, to a lesser extent, those players. But it seems like because she got a lot of the credit in 2020, she wants the credit now, and the players hate her. The players hate her. Like, they actually hate her. Like, there's no... I'll talk about this with Sophie Cunningham, her thing. Like, they literally are like, every time she speaks, they get angry at her. Like, every time she speaks, they're like, yeah, we're going to get angry. But it's mad. It's actually mad. It's madness. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. I think it's just crazy. I think what Cathy Engelbert's doing is crazy. I think everything surrounding the WNBA right now is crazy. And I don't know if it's going to be a season next year. Anyway, I'll see you guys.